What's going on, everybody? Wanted to hop on here and talk about the trip we recently went on as a company. I took our sales team and their significant others to Denver, Colorado, all expenses paid, on a sales incentive trip. We have already been to Scottsdale. Me and the sales team went out there and we golfed, and we had an amazing time. Denver was awesome. It was so fun to hike. And it was just really cool to go out there and bond with our team, to grow our team. They've already hit the next incentive. Every quarter we have an incentive. So we had Scottsdale, Arizona, Denver, Colorado. We have Hilton Head that they already hit. That was supposed to be the third quarter trip. They already hit that. And Los Angeles is the fourth quarter. And we're probably going to hit that this month. It is insane. It's so cool to grow our company. And these incentive trips are on top of the bonuses, on top of the commissions that our sales team gets. And it's so cool that we're able to grow as a company and bond on these trips. And then there's also a stretch goal that I put out there that I was like, I don't know if this is possible, but we're on track to hit that stretch goal, which would be a family trip, taking them and their family on a trip that's all expenses paid. Okay? So why do we do this? You know, the obvious answer is work hard, play hard, right? We work really hard, we play hard. I love that. I love doing that. But the real reason why is because when I said that when I was going to be in this chair someday, when I was going to own a company, from working at different companies, working at numerous companies, realizing that a lot of times there's a lack of transparency on the new revenue produced. A lot of times there is a lack of, why do I care? Why do I care if the company grows? Why do I care if we hit this target? What do I get, right? That's a little selfish, but let's be honest, we all think that way. So I said, when I get in the captain's chair, when I am an owner, I'm going to create a company in which I would want to work in. And that's what I'm doing. The reason we do these trips is because I want to go on the trips, and I want to do these things with my company. I want to build a culture that is different than the rest of the industry in which I'm in. So I own an insurance agency, Wexford Insurance. We do business insurance in about 44, 45 states now. I think we're in 45 states. And our industry, my business, is essentially a franchise. It's a franchise without paying a franchise fee, without having a franchise, right? It's the same thing as buying a pizza franchise. I'm not going to mention any names. The only difference is there's no guidelines of branding, but there kind of is, because insurance companies kind of dictate what we can do. So it's kind of a franchise. We're all running franchises, but how can I scale faster than competitors in the same amount of years of business as me? How can we do things like, if my goal is to get my insurance agency to the top 100, how can I get there faster than the traditional tract, which is probably 30, 40, 50 years, God forbid. Okay, so how can I get there faster? Because, do I need to wait 30, 40 years? What are some other examples of companies that didn't have to wait that long, right? Let's look at Tesla. Tesla has not been around probably 10% of what Ford Motor Company's been around. But valuation-wise, sometimes they're bigger than Ford Motor Company. How do you do that? You do that because you did things differently. So for me, in an industry that is very much so traditionalized, that here's the track, here's what you're supposed to do, franchise model, we have to do things differently. Because if we follow the same path as everybody else, then we're going to expect the same results within a delta of everybody else. But the second that we can be different, follow a different path, sometimes it doesn't work, right? If you try to take a shortcut, sometimes you get stuck, right? A lot of times my Apple Maps will tell me to go this way, but I know there's a shortcut. I go that shortcut and the road's closed. They know. Sometimes the shortcuts don't work and you got to turn around and you're not going. But sometimes when you forge your own path, you go off the road, go onto the beaten path, you can find a way to get to your goal a lot faster. So to move your goal forward, you have to do things differently. And as a company, that's what I'm forcing myself to do. The world rewards people who find a better way. And if I can find a better way to treat my employees and the rest of my competitors, to create an environment of a winning culture, to provide an opportunity. I always say we need to find great people, give them a great opportunity. If we do that, there's going to be a great outcome. Find great people. I don't care where you went to school. I don't care what your background is. If you're looking for an opportunity, that's what we want. And for us to grow and get to the goal that I want to get to, we can't do things like everybody else. We have to do it differently to get to that goal faster. So in a world in my industry, where traditionally there's a path and you kind of go that path, we have to do things differently. And as an owner, I want to create an environment, a culture in which the company that I run is a company that I would be tickled to death to work in, and create that culture of, hey, if we're going to grow that way, I can't pay people the way these traditional companies do. I got to do more. I got to create that culture, that winning culture, keep people here, attract people. These trips that we're doing are starting to attract people because people are looking around at their current workplace and they're like, dang, it would be nice to get some recognition. It would be nice to get some of the pie that I produce. It would be nice if we could go do fun stuff. It'd be nice if we didn't have to dress in a suit, wear a tank top, whatever. It'd be nice to do these things. People are starting to look around, and in this world today, I feel like people are starting to get fed up. So if you don't have a winning culture, the people are going to start looking around, and they're going to look at a company like ours, and they're going to say, I wonder if they're hiring, because that looks like freaking fun. And if I put forth the effort and I move the needle, I will be compensated for that. So just a little warning out there to companies that aren't doing it right. The invisible hand that we call it is going to move and reward those who do it right. And if you're not doing it right and you're trying to maximize what you're going to make as a business owner in today's day and age by keeping your employees down, best of luck. We're going to eat your lunch. So this video, just updating, providing an update about what we're doing. We're going to keep hustling. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep being loud. And we have more content coming. That's one thing. We've been growing so fast that we don't even have time to produce content like this. But we will be producing more stuff behind the scenes, showing who we are. And the point of view on that is to show people what we're doing to attract more business and to attract great people. Because again, all of us at our company understand the goal of where we're going to be, and we can't get there, can't get to that goal unless we have great people and new clients. So here's my update. And as always, if you're on YouTube watching this, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting content weekly, and hopefully this content helps you out in your business or in your life. And as always, hit me up if you want to buy my book, Your Next Business. Let's say you're not an entrepreneur, but you resonate with what I'm saying. My book, Your Next Business, How to Find a Business Idea and Scale it to $1 million. $5 on my website, link in the bio below. As always, take care. Take care.